Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an insane video to get into because we have the rumors, the updates, the leaks, the news, whatever you're looking for. But in this video, everything is up to level 100. So let's go ahead and get right into it. 2026 is officially here, and it's very exciting because the possibilities are endless. Yes, we have a new console. So what the hell's going on there, right? We're going to get crazy third-party games, some cool indies, but first-party, it's really up in the air how it's all going to turn out. And in this video, we have some answers, basically. So that's pretty cool. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the communities growing. And one more thing. We got to talk about today's sponsor, and that is rushbuy.gg. Rushbuy.gg is an amazing website that was made for gamers. What's great is you can get in-game currency super cheap for all of your favorite games like PUBG, Genshin Impact, and more. And the website is 100% safe and reliable, so you don't have to worry about any weird scams or anything like that. Another amazing thing Rushbuy offers is discounted gaming gift cards. And you guys know I love gaming gift cards. And these gift cards are so easy to redeem. All you have to do is pick your gift card and then put in your payment information. And then once you purchase, just a few minutes later, you'll be able to find your gift card in your emails, or you'll be able to find it on your Rushbuy account. All of that is great, but it gets even better. You can now buy two $50 gift cards and get one $10 gift card absolutely free. So go check out rushbuy.gg. There is a million things on that website, and I'm sure you're going to find something that you can use or that you need. And thanks to them for sponsoring this video. So the first thing I want to do is talk about a Nintendo console. And it's a console you've probably had, or you've played, or you know somebody who has one. And I'll be honest, I didn't even get this console until 2025. And I'm not talking about the Switch. I'm talking about the Nintendo 3DS. So I missed that entire generation due to just stuff happening in life. And I've always been so interested in a 3DS. Here's kind of an unpopular opinion. Maybe not actually. I think the 2DS XL is the best console from that generation. I guess I'm just not a fan of the whole 3D gimmick, but the library of games is incredible. The beginning of last year I had a company send me a 3DS XL that was modded, and I played all the games that I wanted to play, and the library is just so damn good. I'll be honest, I don't really know the answer to why this is happening, but 3DS prices are hitting insane records right now. So if you have a 3DS sitting around and you don't want to play it, you could probably sell it for a lot of money. I know it's very easy to mod them, and they have the 8 shop on there, which is the eShop, and you can download every single 3DS game of all time for free, so that's pretty cool. But currently 3DS XLs are selling for $379 at GameStop. That is more expensive than a Nintendo Switch, probably more expensive than the Switch OLED over there as well. That is on the cusp of a Switch 2 price. Like, if you're lucky and you're looking, I've seen Switch 2s be sold on Mercari and eBay and stuff for $380. So that's just kind of crazy that it's reaching that price. I don't know if it's the library of games. I don't know if it's because it's so moddable or just a nostalgia. I really don't know why this is happening. But yeah, it's hitting all-time records. So I just wanted to remind you guys, if you have one and you don't want to use it, sell it. Or if you do want to use it, use it. Use it or lose it. That's what I like to say. And then quickly, we have to talk about a game that just leaked out. Now, this isn't a random YouTuber or a person on Twitter or Reddit or 4chan or message boards or whatever. This is coming from a very legit place. It's coming from ESRB. Now, a lot of times we will see games be rated over here, but these are games we are already expecting, or, things that were probably going to happen. But a brand new Konami game for the Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 just leaked out on the ESRB website, and this one sounds really, really cool. The game is called Enchanted Wonderland, and it's rated E for everyone, and is described as having mild fantasy violence. The adventure game sees players exploring a magical world to gather joy to revive a theme park. Players are tasked with interacting with NPCs, learning magic, and playing some mini-games by way of theme park attractions like a UFO shooting minigame. So yeah, I don't know if this was something people knew about originally, but from everything I'm reading and hearing, this is basically a surprise. And the fact that this is rated, I think if this does not get announced in the next week or two, this might be a game that shows up in that next big Nintendo Direct, sometime in February probably. Now I guess when I think about it, this video is actually full of game leaks, and they're coming from pretty credible places. We're going to talk about one of Nintendo's biggest franchises in a moment. It's crazy, the information we're hearing. I don't know if it means what I think it means, and actually I don't think it means what I think it means, and I know that sounds confusing, but we'll get into that in a moment because we have another game leak, and this is coming from the actual producer of the game. Again, if this doesn't show up in the next couple weeks, I think this is another game that will probably show up in that next Nintendo Direct. So in my opinion, the Nintendo Switch became the home of JRPGs. There are so many great ones on there, new ones, old ones, indies, remasters. There's truly just a plethora of JRPGs. One of my favorite series that are on the Switch and now Switch 2 is Final Fantasy. Now we know that they confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, and Part 3 are coming over to the Switch 2. We have Final Fantasy Remake coming later this month. Maybe sometime this year we'll get Rebirth, if not the beginning of next year. And then Part 3 I think is going to launch day one across all consoles. But a Final Fantasy game I have never played, and truly don't really know anything about it at all, is Final Fantasy XIV. Now, this is something that has been discussed online, like it would be cool if it came to the Switch, but people didn't think it would run over there. But now with the Switch 2, it's like, yeah, maybe. Well, Yoshi P suggested that a version of Final Fantasy XIV on the Switch 2 might be possible, and that was earlier in 2025. Now, according to reports from Japanese server Pandemonium, Yoshi P's character logged in and visited Costa del Sol to answer some questions. Players were allowed to ask questions, and he chose a handful to respond to. However, when asked about the Switch version of Final Fantasy XIV, and I think they mean the Switch 2 version, he simply responded, "Please look forward to the Switch version," seemingly confirming that it is happening. So like I said, I don't really know much about Final Fantasy XIV. I don't even know if it's something I would play. I think this is a game that people sink like 1,000 hours into, and while that would be cool for the people who enjoy it, I just don't have that kind of time. I like to sink 20-30 hours into a game, beat it, move on to the next one, move on to the next one. There's only a few games that I play repetitively, and that's like Fortnite and the new skate game like EA Skate. Other than that, it's beat a game and move on. But I just find this very cool, very interesting, and man, the Switch 2 library is going to be so cool one day. Now, my favorite franchise of all time is The Legend of Zelda. I love it so freaking much. I've beat all the games. Actually, I don't think I beat all the games. I've played all the games, but I've beat almost every game multiple times. It's just like, it's a way of life, bro. You just don't understand. Okay? You just don't get it, Mom. I don't know what I'm talking about. One of my biggest, I don't even want to say criticisms, but one of my biggest wants for the future of Zelda, I want them to move on from the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom timeline, I guess. I don't know if it has to be like a whole new area, because if they build upon the Hyrule that's already there, I think it could be very interesting. But I just want something different. So today we have rumors about the next 3D Zelda game coming from a very credible place, and this kind of mimics other rumors we heard, I want to say like a year ago. So the insider Special Nick, known for his accurate predictions in the past, discussed the matter on the Xbox Era podcast and comments. The game would once again offer an expansive open world with a free exploration that defined the saga's most beloved titles. The gameplay would supposedly revolve around dimensional interactions, that is, Link could move between dimensions, realities, using this to solve puzzles and alter the environments in creative ways. And I think that's like right on cue for what should happen and could happen. It really seems like an evolution of like powers on the Sheikah Slate and what the hell is it called in Tears of the Kingdom? Can't remember. This mechanic would recall and expand on many experimental ideas seen in Tears of the Kingdom, but with an even greater focus on manipulating overlapping realities. The title would still be in early stages of development, with an unofficial release prediction far off, possibly after 2029. That's not what I like to hear, but you know, that's pretty realistic. No comments were made about the game's map, whether it would be the same as Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, or about reusing Hyrule or Skies or Underground, etc. So this is just me reading a post off of Twitter, but I read on Game Rant earlier today or yesterday, people breaking down the same leak. So maybe it's from the same person, or maybe they just didn't mention it in this Twitter post. But what I was reading was saying they're using the same exact engine as Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Now that doesn't mean we're going to get the same type of game as those. Like, I'm sure it's still going to be open world, but that just means they're using the same engine and building upon it, which I think is smart. You know what I mean? They've been working on that for over a decade at this point, so they should really be able to fine tune it. Obviously this would be an exclusive for the Switch too, so the quality would be just insane. Like, all the finesse and magic they were able to do on Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild on the Switch, all of that plus more on the Switch too. They say here probably 2029, and that is realistic, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get Zelda games every year while we wait. There's a lot of rumors about a couple of different remakes coming this year, and we'll probably talk about those in tomorrow's video or sometime soon. But yeah, the whole time jumping element, it just seems like the right way to go, and that it could work so damn good. So yeah, it's still too early to tell, but this is very exciting stuff, and I truly think, all things considered and the way the franchise has been moving, I think this is the best logical choice moving forward. But say it with me, what do you guys think? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would truly love to hear from you guys. It would mean the world if you could hit a like and subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter on the way out. And remember, I have new stickers. Can't see it on camera, but it's Mario fighting Link. Really cool stuff with my logos. I'll be giving these out for free this week, so be on the lookout for that announcement. Consider becoming a channel member. We got some really cool stuff coming up. You don't want to miss it. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.